Good morning, everybody. I'm going to introduce you all to the bikes in my group. I don't know if the guys who ride the bikes want to be introduced or not. We'll find that out later. It's like 5:30 in the morning and everybody else is sleeping and I'm up. So I figured this would be a good time to get some footage done. So a couple of things I've learned already from day one of my trip. First of all, if you're going to have a seat cover, or even if you don't have a seat cover, bring something to cover the seat with for the dew. My sheepskin pad is now rather damp. That's going to make this morning rather interesting. Maybe it'll have time to dry out before we get going. We'll see. Anyway, so of course this is my chieftain. And over here, well, let me introduce you to Ray and Ron. They are what I call our wanderers or meanderers as far as our group logistics. So when we're riding through town and we got lights and stuff, they'll stick tight with the group, no problem, in typical staggered formation. But when we hit the open road and we're all cruising along and whatnot, but they tend to hang back a bit and meander around in the lane. This is Ray. He has a Heritage soft tail, an older version. I have no idea what year, but he just kind of likes to take it easy and just kind of enjoy the sights and whatnot. And then over here is Ron. Ron is Ray's brother. He has an older Road Glide with a tour pack. Interestingly enough, this tour pack is actually from a different bike that was totaled in an accident, and the tour pack survived. And it was somebody who knew Ron, and they gave it to Ron, and it matches his bike almost exactly. So that's really kind of cool. He actually welded it to his quick release T-bar, I guess, and he took the sissy bar pad off and welded his tour pack to it. So pretty cool stuff. This is Phil. Phil has a 2010 Street Glide, really nice looking bike. And I can describe Phil with this picture. Phil has Reinhardt exhausts. They sound really cool. They're a little loud for my taste, but they sound good. Ray and Ron, I think, well, Ron has the fishtail. That sounds pretty cool. Ray has Vance and Hind pipes. They're pretty loud as well. And then I've got my quiet little chieftain in comparison. Now our road captain without navigation is Brian. Brian has a 2008, I think, Street Glide, and that he added the tour pack on, and so it's a nice bike. And then Bill, my friend from the other group I ride with my church, has a Moto Guzzi. And I'm not sure the specs on this, what year or whatever, but it's the California touring version. Nice looking bike. Looks really streamlined from the back when you're watching him, when I'm behind him. It's a very nice looking bike. Transverse engine. So those are the bikes we're on. We're having a good time. Last night we ate at the Fish and Pig in Waynesboro, Virginia. Nice place, good food. So that's the summary of the bikes for this morning, and today I'm going to get some footage of the Blue Ridge Parkway as we go down. We'll see how it goes.
All right, I'm back. We are riding the Blue Ridge Parkway. This road is a blast to ride. Tons of curves, lots of sweeping corners, great lookout points, tight twisties in there as well. It was a lot of fun to ride this road. We had quite an adventurous day. We stopped for lunch at Roanoke, Virginia, where the Blue Ridge Parkway is closed for about 15 miles. So we stopped there for lunch at Mission Barbecue. That was delicious. And when we got back out, we found that one of the guys had left his headlight on. His bike wouldn't start, so we had to do a push start down the nearby hill to get his bike going. And then I dropped my earplugs and lost one of them, so I ended up borrowing an extra pair from one of the other guys. That was just the beginning of our adventure. We got going on the Blue Ridge Parkway again. We went down Route 221, which is a blast to ride if there's not much traffic. There's some really nice tight corners, one right after another. that made this road a lot of fun. We got back on the Blue Ridge Parkway. We were on there for only a little bit when one of the guys broke down. So it turns out that Ray has his Heritage Softail is a 1994 version. I did not realize it was that old. Anyway, his throttle cable broke, and we tried to jury rig something. Well, the other guys tried to jury rig something, and that didn't work out so well. So they called a tow truck, and two of us took off. Myself and another guy took off to the backtrack to the Roanoke Harley Davidson to try to get there before they closed at 6 to see if they had a cable that would work on that old of a bike. And it was a specialized cable because he had a SNS carb system on there. Anyway, so the guys called Harley Davidson ahead of time to let them know we were coming, which was very nice of them because we pulled in about 4 minutes after they closed. But they let us in. We found a cable. We have no idea yet if it's going to work. We are waiting for the other guys to show up with the tow truck and the other bike and the Softail, and we're going to see, I guess, tomorrow morning if this cable that we picked up from Harley is going to be able to work so we can get this bike back on the road. So quite an adventure today. Interesting day overall, but I gotta say the Blue Ridge Parkway is a lot of fun to ride. We certainly didn't get to ride the whole thing, of course. We were only going to ride about half of it anyway, but we only ended up riding about a third of it. But what we did ride was a lot of fun. So that is it for today's Crazy Adventures, day number 2 of our multi-day trip down to the back of the Dragon. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Take care, stay tuned for more. See you on the next one.